And he went on, and on, and on, till he came to the round green hill with the terrace rings from top to bottom. And he went round it 3 times, wider shins, saying each time, "Open, door! Open, door, and let me come in." And the 3rd time the door did open, and he went in, and it closed with a click, and Childe Rowland was left in the dark. It was not exactly dark, but a kind of twilight or gloaming. There were neither windows nor candles, and he could not make out where the twilight came from, if not through the walls and roof. These were rough arches made of a transparent rock, encrusted with sheep silver and rock spar, and other bright stones. But though it was rock, the air was quite warm, as it always is in Elfland. So he went through this passage till at last he came to 2 wide and high folding doors which stood ajar, and when he opened them, there he saw a most wonderful and glorious sight, a large and spacious hall, so large that it seemed to be as long, and as broad, as the green hill itself. The roof was supported by fine pillars, so large and lofty, that the pillars of a cathedral were as nothing to them. They were all of gold and silver, with fretted work, in between them and around them wreaths of flowers, composed of what do you think? Why, of diamonds and emeralds, and all manner of precious stones, and the very keystones of the arches had for ornaments clusters of diamonds and rubies, and pearls, and other precious stones, and all these arches met in the middle of the roof, and just there, hung by a gold chain, an immense lamp made out of one big pearl hollowed out and quite transparent, and in the middle of this was a big, huge carbuncle, which kept spinning round and round, and this was what gave light by its rays to the whole hall, which seemed as if the setting sun was shining on it. The hall was furnished in a manner equally grand, and at one end of it was a glorious couch of velvet, silk and gold, and there sate Burd Ellen, combing her golden hair with a silver comb, and when she saw Childe Rowland she stood up and said, "God pity ye, poor luckless fool, what have ye here to do? Hear ye this, my youngest brother, why didn't ye bide at home? Had ye 100,000 lives ye couldn't spare any a one, but sit ye down. But woe, oh, woe, that ever ye were born, for come the King of Elfland then, your fortune is forlorn." Then they sat down together, and Childe Rowland told her all that he had done, and she told him how their 2 brothers had reached the Dark Tower, but had been enchanted by the King of Elfland, and lay there entombed as if dead. And then after they had talked a little longer, Childe Rowland began to feel hungry from his long travels, and told his sister Burd Ellen how hungry he was and asked for some food, forgetting all about the warlock Merlin's warning. Burd Ellen looked at Childe Rowland sadly, and shook her head, but she was under a spell, and could not warm him, so she rose up, and went out, and soon brought back a golden basin full of bread and milk. Childe Rowland was just going to raise it to his lips, when he looked at his sister and remembered why he had come all that way, so he dashed the bowl to the ground, and said, "Not a sup will I swallow, nor a bit will I bite, till Burd Ellen is set free." Just at that moment they heard the noise of someone approaching, and a loud voice was heard saying, "Fee, fi, fo, fem, I smell the blood of a Christian man, be he dead, be he living, with my brand, I'll dash his brains from his brain pan." And then the folding doors of the hall were burst open, and the King of Elfland rushed in. "Strike then, Bogle, if thou darest," shouted out Childe Rowland, and rushed to meet him with his good brand that never yet did fail. They fought and they fought, and they fought, till Childe Rowland beat the King of Elfland down onto his knees, and caused him to yield and beg for mercy. "I grant thee mercy," said Childe Rowland, "release my sister from thy spells and raise my brothers to life, and let us all go free, and thou shalt be spared." "I agree," said the Elfin King, and rising up he went to a chest from which he took a phial filled with the blood-red liquor. With this he anointed the ears, eyelids, nostrils, lips, and fingertips of the 2 brothers, and they sprang at once into life, and declared that their souls had been away.